Scholastic Audio presents The Glass Witch by Lindsay Puckett. Read by Cassandra Morris and Andrew Russell. My mind goes white with pain. Weak. Unwanted. Unloved. The words hiss through my brain with a voice unlike anything I've ever heard. Somehow deep and thunderous, but high and cold. I grab my head to keep it from splitting. The vials slip through my fingers and glass tinkles below. I claw for the cherry pit of my heart, desperate for magic, the only protection spell I know seizing my mind. Away, thou beast! Not one step more! My ancestors come and they bring war! But the hunter looms closer. He cups the pendant, cradling it closer to his body. My chest lurches forward, drawn to its dark powers. Away, thou beast! Not one step more! The cherry pit stays closed, and my panic rises. I can't crack open the shell, can't feel the sunshine. I scratch, pry, tear, and stab, but nothing happens. I can end it all. Thy grief and suffering. No one would mourn you anyway. Not the mother who abandons you. The grandmother who doesn't have time for you. The aunt who finds you a burden. Let me ease your pain. I cry out as another throb jolts my body. There are tears in my eyes as I shake my head, refusing to listen. But some part of me shatters at hearing the truth. Anticipation crackles off the hunter in waves. He lifts the pendant closer, inches from my skin. Then something whistles by and cracks into the hunter's shadow face. An earthy green scent blooms as he recoils, cloak sizzling where the substance meets his skin. Addie, move! Fatima yells and launches another vial. I collapse just as the bottle sails past. The hunter twitches and crumples, staggering for the window. A blur of white flashes by as Rosie scampers through my feet, grabs his cloak with her teeth, and pulls. Fatima sends a third vial airborne, and the hunter trips and rolls out the window into the night. What was that? I ask, limping to my feet. Mama Tutu's shredded mustard green evil repellent. Found it on the dangerous shelf, Fatima says. She rushes forward and pours some of the tiny herb flecks into my hands. Rosie appears at her side, teeth bared, and together we inch toward the window, mustard green repellent at the ready. As if rising from the grave, the hunter stands, patches of his cloak burnt and frayed. If he did have eyes, they would be boring into mine. Just when I'm sure he'll attack, he turns and, with a whirl of his cloak, vanishes. I slump against the cash register. Addie? Fatima asks, lifting her hand to my forehead as if checking for a fever. My whole body shakes. The ingredients. I dropped the bottles. I think they're broken. Fatima rushes over to where I stood when the hunter attacked. Silence rings like a bitter aftertaste, and I know the truth. Fatima shuffles back, holding a cracked but overall intact bottle of twice-swallowed belladonna. The dragonfly drool and tear of a babe, however, lie shattered on the ground in a tiny puddle, half seeped through the floorboards. Maybe there's more in the back, Fatima says, and whips through the curtains, but I know there isn't. We took all we could find. Weak. Unwanted. Unloved. A sob sticks in my throat as I wipe tears from my cheeks. I might have played at being a henchman, but this guy's a whole other caliber of villain. If he's Thanos, then I'm Swiper the Fox. A circling Rosie falls against my legs, trying to lick flecks of mustard greens on her back. I bend down and dust them off, feeling thoroughly miserable, when a tiny grain gets stuck under my nail. I pick it out and roll it between my fingers. And suddenly, a thought churns through my mind, silky as the richest butter. I jump to my feet, elation swelling inside. Because I may be weak, but if this little fleck proves anything, so is the hunter. If he can be hurt, he can be stopped. And maybe, just maybe, I can save my family after all.